Hi, this is Terry with Exactline Tools. Today we are doing a repair on a Chevy pickup with damage on the doors and the bedside. Our focus today will be on the two left doors. A recent viewer wrote in saying he could do the same large repairs I do with just a regular spreader, but even faster than I do. I say show us your gifts and talents in a video so we can all improve our skills. Let us be patient for that to occur. Here I am running the blade with the stiffener over the rear door to see if there are any high spots that go beyond the natural shape of the door, which is flat on the horizontal plane, or in other words, the direction the style line travels. I am now applying filler with a green 6-inch spreader. They work great to get the filler on the repair area, but even if you use one of those full-length look-alike plastic spreaders on the web, they will fail in creating an accurate shape. By bowing and creating a radius horizontally, known as a fat repair. That is why each blade comes with its own removable stiffener for flat surfaces, a patented feature of the blade. Now, at this point of the repair, I could use my green spreader and spread the remaining time smoothing the filler until it begins to harden and never accomplish what the blade will do in seconds, shaping the filler perfectly. The old way of working plastic filler is over. I mean overfilling the repair area, then attacking it with all the sanding power you have. Air boards, mud hogs, cheese graters, and of course, coarse grit paper of 36, 40, 80, 100 grit, creating a modern-day Dust Bowl. And with all that energy spent, how far have you deviated from the original shape and contour? We'll never know. See, the filler on the edge of the blade moves and contours and redistributes the plastic filler in just the right spot. You can see the filler on the edge of the blade that you don't have to sand or shape. Just pop it off when cured and toss it in the trash, clean and swift. Here we can see the blade with the stiffener attached has moved and organized, re-establishing the style line and keeping the door perfectly flat on the horizontal plane. This is impossible with just a regular spreader, and this all happens in the matter of seconds. The choice is obvious. Now here's the front door, which we have found that there are several little waves and imperfections. We want it to be perfect, like a new door, so I've sanded those areas that were shiny after block sanding, and we will now prepare the surface by wiping it down and putting our tape up to the rear door and applying our plastic filler. Once again, we're using our 6-inch spreader, which works great for this. And I'm applying it, pressing it in nice and tight so it adheres to the paint, the metal, and everything else that's exposed, that it transitions over. I'm just going to continue to move the plastic filler up the panel until I get the entire area that I want to sweep with a coat of plastic filler on it that's well attached to the substrate. Now I'm going to take the blade with the stiffener on it, and I'm going to make the same transition up the door, over the style line, and across the broader area of the door. This takes in all of the damage that has been indicated by sanding them, and we can see that it covers that entire area. Now the only issue that I have of concern in this sweep is that the leading edge closest to the camera or on my left hand there, I'm pushing very tightly, and that should blend it into the paint. However, it's not. A little bit at the bottom, a little bit at the top. But what we'll do is, when we sand it, we'll knock that back a little bit and do a sweep, further extending that sweep forward. Now here we are. We have sanded the both doors with 180 grit on a finished EA. Why do I use just 180 grit? Because I can. I am knocking off very little material, and I don't need to get in there and rough it up or even try to shape it. The blade does all of that. Now I'm putting my second coat of plastic filler on the rear door to cover the remaining slight imperfections on the surface, and we'll just move it around and get the entire door covered with a layer of plastic filler, taking a little bit off the bottom of the door there and redistributing it up top. So I have a nice surface that already has the plastic filler on it, which makes it easy then to transition across with the blade. Now we're taking the blade once again, and we're moving it up the door, over the style line, and up the broader area of the door. We can see almost immediately that it is bringing the entire area into great shape, and right over the style line, it is re-establishing that as well. One more sweep here, and this is something that you just couldn't accomplish with a plastic spreader. It held the shape flat on the door, and we're applying a little bit more at the bottom of the door, and we already have a beautiful reflection in the door that shows its straightness already. It does have surface blemishes, but those are easy to knock down. See the filler on the edge of the blade that you don't have to sand or shape. Just pop it off when cured and toss it in the trash. Clean and swift. Here I'm taking the extra mud and I'm applying it towards the front of the door, which I mentioned earlier, to extend that sweep. I want it to be able to blend perfectly into the paint. That way we'll have a perfect shape. And we're looking pretty good. I'm pressing it tightly to blend it into the area I've already spread on there. And now we have a perfect sweep. That'll blend perfectly into the paint without any edge or imperfection. I'm applying a little bit of plastic filler to some surface imperfections. I know most of it's out of the frame, but you can see I'm just moving it around a little bit and covering those areas that had little imperfections in them. We're going to take a look at the overall two doors. The rear door looks really great, and here we have it. We have run the DA, finished DA, over those areas that I have swept and have put the powdered guide coat on them, and I will block them with 180 and we will see what the results are. We can see here that the front door looks beautiful, and it transitions perfectly into the rear door. Those doors are flat. They don't have a radius a strong curve. So they're flat doors, and if they were not repaired as such, they would look like repaired doors instead of brand new doors, which you can charge a much higher price for when you're doing a repair. Here again we can see it's beautiful, just like a brand new door. This is only possible with the blade, and I encourage anybody who hasn't used it to give it a try for amazing results. Thanks for watching the video.